The 20th anniversary commentary for Half-Life 2 reveals how Valve's fight against motion sickness affected the Mud Skipper's design and gameplay.
Fighting motion sickness. In early playtesting, many players developed motion sickness while driving the airboat. While trying to fix this, we discovered several factors that contributed to it. We found that reducing the intrusion of the airboat into the view helped, so we made several passes on the model to pare it back. Maintaining a consistent frame rate helped as well, so it was important to keep an eye on performance in these sections. However, the single most important factor was eliminating view roll to maintain a more stable horizon no matter what the airboat was doing. One of the programmers on the team was super prone to motion sickness, and they valiantly offered to playtest several times to test our progress towards a solution. I'm pretty sure they threw up at least once after playtesting, and their noble sacrifice was hugely appreciated.
In the files for Half-Life 1, as well as its source port, are several cut movie and television posters. 3 of them are of Xena, from the TV show Xena Warrior Princess, which ran from 1995 to 2001. Although the first image is just named Pinup, the second 2 are specifically named after her. As they are designated 1 and 4 respectively, there were likely at least 2 more images that didn't make it into the files. Finally, while there is an unrelated and also unused underbelly shot of an F-14 Tomcat, there is an unused poster of 2 F-14s flying over water. This image is from the first Top Gun movie, from the scene after Maverick chases the MiG off Cougar's tail, though it is color shifted and image flipped. Maverick's F-14 is the one in the back. Half-Life 2's 20th anniversary commentary reveals why Noam Chomsky frequently goes on long journeys.
Crate Baby. This small baby doll has a long legacy. During the long months of internal testing, some of the team turned it into a challenge, a way to make the 47th playthrough of a game a bit more fun. They'd place the doll inside of a nearby blue crate and see how far they could carry it throughout the game. After Half-Life 2 launched, the community started carrying Crate Baby as well, adding their own stories and rules to the mix. A few years later, while working on Episode 2, this was the inspiration for the Little Rocket Man achievement, where players had to carry a garden gnome dubbed Noam Chomsky throughout the entire episode. Chomsky even made a comeback for Left 4 Dead 2 in the Garden Gnome achievement, where players had to carry him through the Dark Carnival campaign. These kind of interactions with players are some of the most rewarding parts of game development. We design games with theories in mind, but you never really know where things are going until players get their hands on it.
In a couple of places in Half-Life Alyx, you can find a video game floppy disk that originates from the United Kingdom, complete with Union Jack and price in pounds. However, this isn't the only bit of Britannia in the game. If you look really closely at some electrical equipment in numerous places in City 17, you'll find that they were originally manufactured in Enfield, Middlesex County, in England, while also originally being the property of the East Midlands Electricity Board. The London Stock Exchange is also mentioned to have stopped all trading immediately following the 7-Hour War in the newspaper The Terminal. At the beginning of the Halo 4 level Requiem, you can find an audio log from Dr. Halsey. It's located in this broken hallway to the right of the starting point.
Catherine Halsey Research Excerpt, 11 February 2550.
The interesting factor here isn't that H1 disabled the viral termination code I implanted in her matrix. These metrics imply its success wasn't just unlikely, but that even the accepted 7-year life cycle estimates may not apply. Thus far, I've determined that the unique circumstances of her creation have triggered what I can only refer to as a recessive variant in the AI seed. As her architect, I'm currently at a loss as to the origin of this rogue element. Very curious.
CS2 has a bit of lore for their wines. On Italy, while there are different types of alcohol, there is wine from one company called Cicero. Their bottles can be found both in CT and T-Spawn. The company has properties on the map, owning wine cellar, and owning a smaller cellar at the bottom of stairs. Likewise, all the wine on Inferno, including at the two Il Monaco Briaco stores, is all from Casa Auti. They own the winery that is a site on the map, and have a little cellar on Banana. Casa Auti's first appearance was actually the CSGO remake of Inferno from 2016. The Perpetual Testing Initiative is the name of the second DLC for Portal 2 that adds the in-game level editor, the one that is in Hammer. Along with the level editor, dozens of new Cave Johnson voice lines were added as part of a new story where the player hops between different universes. In one universe the player goes to, Aperture Science goes after Black Mesa directly.
Cave Johnson, new owner and CEO of Black Mesa. That's right, you've been bought. First order of business, we're renaming you under the Aperture brand. I'm leaning towards Blapature Mesa. Marketing boys think something else. So, Blapature it is. Next, they tell me you people are conducting some anomalous materials research that could result in a resonance cascade. So, I'm shutting that down before you idiots end the world. A resonance cascade. You're supposed to be scientists. Use some common sense.
The finale of Dead Center in Left 4 Dead 2 has a couple of cut and modified areas that can only be found when you open the map in Hammer. The very first hallway outside of the safe room was at some point longer and ended in some sort of corner or inlet. Below that is the remains of a store interior, and seemingly the only one when compared to the other stores in the atrium. Finally, the giant construction wall blocking off one side of the atrium contains some remnants of a past design. If you remove all the bits of the wall, you will find extended flooring, ceilings, and a couple of remaining pillars, all in line with what is in the actual map proper.